Happy Monday. Oh my God, I can't believe it's Monday again.
I know. And I can't believe Christmas is just a couple weeks away.
I started to think I don't have that many people to shop for, but I still need to put some thought into it. It's just.
Well, I know. I didn't realize it, but my grandchildren are staying with me the week before Christmas. And so I said, see you in 2 weeks. Like, oh my goodness, it's going to be here really fast.
Oh my goodness. Yeah. I definitely have to put some attention. I did put up my Christmas tree. I didn't put a picture yet, but I will put a picture of my little tree because I'm in a rental still. I'm on my Instagram. In addition to other things, I took a little Instagram stories break this weekend, I think. I don't remember posting anything, and it was good. I needed to.
And I encourage everyone to take a break once in a while. You got to listen to what your heart says and your soul says, and it's okay to take a break. People will be there when you're done, when you're back. And that's where some people are like, oh my goodness, I didn't post Instagram. And, even when we're doing your strategy, I intentionally plan some weekends where we're just not as active, just because it's okay for people to know that you have a life.
Yes.
You're out doing life. And really, that's where it's at, really.
Right. And we don't all want to be tied to our social media all the time. However, to grow our businesses, we need to give it some attention, which is what we wanted to talk about today, right? To get everyone who's listening on live or on replay, say hi to us, that you are setting yourself up for marketing success in 2022. So let's good morning. Don't forget to give Be Live permission for me to see who you are in the description above. Our heads are below. I think it's above in most places, because otherwise this is what we see. We just see Facebook user. Don't worry, Be Live doesn't come after you. They don't start emailing you or anything. It's literally just to give permission within the group for me to be able to see that it's you. So thank you, Anne Marie. Now we can see. So let's talk about steps that somebody can take to set themselves up for marketing success in 2022. I know you have a list. I have a ton of things in my mind, but let's you start first.
Well, the thing is first of all, why are you on social media for marketing? Like having a reason why, and then looking at what's worked so far this year. Mm-hmm. And then what are your goals for 2022? How are you going to use social media? Are you using social media just because Nancy and I tell you that you need to be on social media? Or are you using it for brand recognition, search engine optimization, building customer relationships, for new leads, building brand loyalty, or building brand authority?
If you guys have to go back and listen to that again, do that after we broadcast, because it's really important. I have told so many people over the last year who come on and go, and I have to get more active on Instagram. I have to do this, and that. I have to be in all the neighborhoods and everything. And I'm like, why? You have a full pipeline. It's all from referrals. It's all from your local market. Why do you feel this need to triple down on your social media? Basically, it's not like they weren't there. They're there, but they're not as active. Well, because everyone says I should, and the other designers are. I'm like, those other designers may be trying to fill their pipeline. They don't have the pipeline you have, right? So really analyzing why you're on social media and what you're hoping to get out of it realistically is so important. I just feel like people throw it in. Listen, I did it too in the beginning. I still fall into that sometimes, where it's like, well, shouldn't I be doing this and shouldn't I be doing that? And it's like, okay, wait a minute. Is that my focus this coming year?
Right. Or is it okay to not do stories over the weekend? Right. Depending on what your goals are will determine what kind of marketing strategy you want to implement. So I just got off doing a training for a client and their team, and they're on Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn. Well, Instagram, that's not where their clients are. I mean, they do SEO. And so where are their clients? They're on LinkedIn. So we honed in on LinkedIn and talked about their LinkedIn strategy, but they can't know where we should direct our energy if we don't know what goal we're trying to accomplish.
Correct.
And so, we will get, especially designers coming on, or coaches, or sometimes therapy counselors and stuff, and their goal is to get new leads. Well, that strategy is different than building brand recognition. And so
Yes.
understanding what the strategy, what your goal is going to help build what your strategy is and how much time and energy you want to devote to social media marketing. You could spend 8 hours a day every day of the week if you had it, but is that the best use of your time? And so you want to make sure identifying your goal. If it's for brand recognition and just so that you have a presence, then that's a whole different strategy.
You know what the problem is though, Kim? And I will tell you that everyone feels this way. It's like, well, I want it all. I want brand recognition. I want new clients. I want to sell what I already sell. I want. And it's like, you really can't focus as you're growing. There'll be a certain point where you're very big, that all that's going to happen without you putting much effort into it, just by growing your audience, right?
Right.
But most of us are at a certain level and phase of our business that we have to focus on one or two at the same time, not every reason why you're on social media. Otherwise, it gets too diluted, which I know I've done. I've diluted my message by trying to do it all often. And it's the trap I feel like we all fall into.
And you're not saying that this is what your whole focus is for 2022. Maybe first quarter of 2022, I want to build my brand recognition. And that's where we're focusing on. And then second quarter of 2022 is I want my social media to actually drive new leads. And so how do you do that? It's with your copy and your call to actions, and what you're offering is going to be differently. And then, so people kind of like this all or nothing. I'm either going to lose 100 pounds or I'm going to eat French fries and Coke every day.
Right.
And it's the same way with social media. So let's just identify one goal, or even one goal for January, and build a strategy around that, and go for that. And in order to do that, you really have to know your KPIs and the numbers of where you're at today, or where you've been at this week, or this month, or this year, and then let that help also drive where you're going from.
Yes. So somebody's making a comment, but they haven't clicked the Be Live link giving us permission to find out who they are. So all I see is Facebook user. So do me a favor, click the Be Live link to give us permission to see who you are. Be Live doesn't spam you. It's just to give permission within the group for us to see. So basically it says Instagram is key for us. I can't even see it all because of my screen. Hold on. Let me go back. Instagram is key for us when potential clients and referral sources are considering us and take a look. We hear that our images give them confidence in our work and reason to call.
Perfect brand recognition.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yes. And I will hear from some of the designers that we work with, like, well, we're not getting any leads necessarily. Well, it's the strategy that we're using and the price point that they're investing is that you are doing exactly whoever this Facebook user shared.
It's Lori. I went on. It's Lori Sane-Smith. Hi, Lori. Do me a favor, Lori. Click the link above my head, the Facts Be Live TV group comment link, so that you only have to do it once, and then Facebook will know that you're giving permission for your name to be seen as a commenter when I go live. That's all it does. It doesn't do anything else.
And so, like Lori shared, is that it is a great way for people to go ahead and see their projects and what they offer.
Yes. And I think, though, that people do get hung up on the fact, well, it's not bringing me new business, not bringing me new business. And I have given this lesson or so many times in my group program, which we're starting again in January, the interior design Profit Insiders for interior designers, I should say, that it's like another, portfolio of yours. So when people think of hiring a designer, they may find you on Google. Then they're going to go looking for you on Facebook and on Instagram and other places, and to see whether you're posting on a regular basis. And when I say regular basis, I don't mean it has to be every day. But if you're not posting for months, they're going to think you're not in business anymore. Or why hasn't he or she posted? Maybe they're not that busy. Maybe they're not that good, right? They just fill in the blanks with their own stories if they're not seeing you dictate what you want your story to be.
Right. And I'm saying a lot of people think that you're just, because of COVID, that you went out of business.
Yes.
That is the biggest thing right now, is that people think you went out of business because of COVID if you haven't been posting.
Yes. and we know we're still here and we are still in business, right? So you want to show it. I think I told my group this week, I want you posting 2 or 3 times a week, and that's it. As if you're going from very little to just a little something, start with 2. 2 times a week is still going to tell the people who are looking at you that you're in business.
Right. Yep. And it still can give a good snapshot of who you are and what you do.
Yes. Okay.
Yes, definitely. Definitely. And then they start thinking about what numbers you want to measure to know that you're reaching those goals. So what do your specific numbers, and you're going to have a different number personally than what I probably am going to have a different number. But tracking those numbers, and I'm guilty of it myself, is like, I don't know. I don't know what my numbers necessarily are, but how can I know if I'm meeting those goals? And so that's something as a team initiative we're working on, is how do I know I'm meeting those goals if I'm not making my numbers? I do it for my clients, but as my own company, I haven't been doing it. And so knowing those numbers.
Yeah, and here's part of it, right? Knowing which numbers you're tracking, right? Your KPIs, your key performance indicators. So if you're saying something like, well, I'm not growing on Instagram and I don't know why, and you're only posting to your wall and not doing anything else, that's probably why, right? Like you've always taught me, interacting is what grows my Instagram. So if I'm not paying your team to interact as me, and I'm not interacting as me, I interacted 5 minutes a day this weekend, each day of the weekend. And did you notice I grew a little bit? 5 minutes a day is all I did. I went down my feed and I genuinely commented on people that I follow.
Correct.
And suddenly I grew by a couple of people, right? But I don't necessarily pay someone else to interact as me. I pay you guys to be consistent for me, because otherwise I wouldn't even be consistent in my posting.
Right.
So
yes. Yeah. And we have clients that we do engagement on their behalf because they're really super busy and they understand the purpose of the growth. Right. So it kind of depends on, again, what your goals are.
Right.
And what you have time for.
Right. And that was my point of pointing it out, right? If you want to grow your Instagram, interacting is going to grow it. If you just want to show a presence because you're not really getting leads from there, but you just want to show a presence that, hey, I'm still in business, then you just want to post, right? So understanding your goals is really
think of it as a first date with someone. So if you're on a first date and that person is blah, 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 and you can't get a word in edgewise, are you going to want to continue that relationship further? Or if that person says, I like ice cream. Do you like ice cream? What's your favorite ice cream? And you have engaged back and forth, you're going to know if you want to carry that relationship further. And that's exactly what we do on social media, but we forget that asking people if they like ice cream is even a thing. So.
I know. See, it's social media. We have to keep reminding people it's not just pushing information out. It's creating an environment that they feel comfortable socializing with you.
Correct. And depending on your goals, I have some clients' goals is just brand recognition. So pushing information out makes sense, and that is going to attain to their goals. And how do we market? How do we measure if that's successful or not for them? So we have different criteria for that, where if they want to grow, then what numbers do we look at? So knowing what your goal is will help you determine what numbers
to look at and to focus on.
Correct.
And then what to do.
Right. So it all goes hand in hand. So
yes. We can't do it all the time.
But now is the time to think about it, because 2022 is knocking at our door, and January 1st will be here, and we're like, oh, we don't have a plan. And those that don't plan kind of fail.
I know, and planning is so hard. It's even hard for me, but once I do it, I'm like, oh my God. But I am still the type of person that can't plan a year in advance.
No.
I mean, some people teach that, and I'm like, I can't even do that. So I don't teach a year. I'm like, try to figure out your next 3 quarters, your next 3 months, I mean, right? January, February, March. What do you think you want your goal to be? What do you think your focus of your social media at the highest level should be? And then work your way down. It's so complicated. So
I know.
complicated.
Yes. But if we can at least start thinking about what do we want to look at January? How do we want to use social media to market our business in January?
Okie doke. All right, that's our part one. Next week, we'll get into more about how to set yourself up for marketing success 2022. So today, really, if we were to give everyone homework, to me, it would be, what are you trying to achieve from your social media?
Correct. And I would love to see their responses. Like, leave them in the comments. Like, what is your goal or what do you want to achieve?
Read from that list one more time at the end for those who came on late.
Okay. It is because I was told I need to run a business. Brand recognition, search engine optimization, customer relationships, new leads and conversions, brand loyalty, or brand authority.
Oy. All of the above. Okay, you can't have it all, people. So choose. How many should they choose?
For sure, one, and if up to 3 is what I would focus on. Like, and it depends on your time and if you have a team. So for you, we can achieve most of these goals as our focus, but you have a team that's behind you. If you're an independent designer or a single, solo coach, picking one, and I really, brand authority is a good place to showcase, especially projects, or if you're a coach, showing people what you know, how your style is different, how you can help them.
I love the brand authority for interior designers, coaches, and consultants because I teach attraction marketing. In my group coaching programs, I teach attraction marketing, not go and be salesy and, like slam people. It's show yourself as the expert in your field, and you will be amazed how many people will then come to you when they need you. So I love that one. So, yes. All right, everyone, go have a great Monday.
I look forward to seeing everyone's goals.
Yes, me too. Okay, so we already had one weigh in, brand authority for me. Perfect. So start showing your expertise or continue to show your expertise. And that's the primary goal. And if you think about it, just for January, what can I do to show my knowledge and my authority? It makes it more manageable, just thinking of the one goal as opposed to all of them. So thank you, Kim.
You bet. Have a great week.
Wait, tell everyone how to find you.
FreshImpactLLC.com.
All right. So
and I actually have on the free resources a little KPI sheet that they're welcome to get so they can track their numbers.
Throw that in the comments when we're done so people can go grab that. I love that.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Thanks, everyone. Go have a great Monday, and we'll see you next week. Bye, everyone.
Bye.